Welcome to my class at the School of Surface. Hi, my name's Ichban and I'm a photographer filmmaker based in Sydney, Australia. Today I'm going to run you through how I made a viral TikTok series which has gained more than 10 million views across Instagram and TikTok on my Surface Book 3. The video itself is pretty simple. It's a mix of photos and videos on my camera roll which I've made into album covers. Alright, so let's jump into it. The first thing you're going to do is find a bunch of photos and videos you want to turn into fake album covers. I've selected a whole bunch of photos that I like, plus there are some videos that I'm going to screenshot and turn them into album covers. What you want to do is to take a screenshot of your favorite song on your phone in the music player. So these are the ones that I've already taken. What you're going to do is you're going to open the screenshot in Photoshop. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is to create a duplicate. This is done by Control J. There's a duplicate that's come up. We're going to rename it just to have the proper workflow. So album cover original. You're going to get the quick selection tool, which is W on the keyboard. This will automatically select very intelligently what you're trying to do. As you can see, it's done a good job, but there are some inconsistencies like over here, which we can fix up. There's a select and mask button at the top. So what you do is you click that. It's outlined what you've selected. So things in red, not selected, and things not in red are selected. So I would click Smart Radius, increase it to about 3 to 4 pixels, smooth it out a bit, and then also increase contrast. If you zoom in a bit, you can see that the selection is a lot cleaner now with more contrast. So we're going to hit OK, and it's made the selection. So if you zoom out, that's the selection. What you want to do now is to copy and paste this file. I'll tell you why we're doing that later, but Control C to copy and Control V to paste. See how it's made an extra layer over here? So if I turn these off, that's what we've copied. From here, it's quite simple. You pick the photo that you want to turn into an album cover. Let's go to the desktop and we're going to go to Images. For this one, let's work with this photo. So I'm going to drag it into Photoshop to open it. As you can see, it's not quite the right shape, but Photoshop allows you at the start to readjust the size. So we're going to make it a bit bigger just so it covers the entire album cover that we're trying to paste it into. When you're almost there, you hit Enter to complete that transformation. It's a bit too big now, so I'm going to lower the opacity so I can see what I'm working with under it, just so I can position it properly. Right now, I want the family that I've taken the photo of to be a bit further up. So you press V to have the Move tool. Move it up just so you can see the outline of the actual album cover that we're going to replace. And you're going to turn opacity back up to its fullest. All right, so to mask it, it's quite simple. You click the layer that we just created before this step, hold on to Control and click the layer so it makes that selection. Go back to the new photo, and then there's this button down here which is the layer mask. So you're going to click that and we've replaced it. It's pretty simple, pretty quick. So the next step, we're going to add a graphic into the album cover just to make it look a little more legit. I'm going to click it and drag it and drop it in like we did before. It's too big now, so I'm going to resize it just to make it the right proportions. Once you're done choosing the size, hit Enter, and then we're going to click and drag it to one of the corners of the image. I'm going to do one last step just to add my name so I can have a little ownership over this album cover. So I'm going to put my username and hit Escape, and then press V for the Move tool, and I'm going to move it into the right position. And I'm going to lower the opacity to about 50% so it's a different color. And we're done. I'm going to save this image so we can put it into our video. So now that we've made a bunch of these album covers, we're going to move to the video part, which is in Premiere Pro. Just to stay organized, you're going to make 3 folders, which I recommend. I have an audio folder, a sequence folder, which is for your timeline, and an assets folder, which is for all the photos and videos that we're going to use in this project. Once you've got those 3 folders, you're going to go into the sequence folder, and then we're going to make a new sequence. Because this sequence is for social media, so TikTok and Instagram, we're going to make it a vertical cut, which is 1080p. So just to show you the settings, it's 1080 by 1920. We're going to rename it to Album Covers. And now you have a blank timeline. So from here, I would recommend putting the music track down first. Click it and drag it, and then drop it into the timeline. Double click this part to expand it. And we're going to look for the drop of the song just so we can time the beat to the video. All right, so that's where I want the beat drop. So I've marked it here. You go to the spot that you want to mark, and then you select the track and hit M to drop a marker. For social media, you want your first clips to be exciting, something visually interesting to grab the viewer's attention. So I've got an iPhone clip of my friend spinning around in the snow in Japan. We're going to drop that in. So click the program screen and then drop it right into the timeline. As you can see, it's a bit small. This is a 720p clip, but for social media, it's fine. So How to resize it, you right-click the clip, go to set frame size, and it will automatically resize to the right size. I don't need this whole clip. I'm probably just going to get him spinning around a bit. Just a little bit, just so we can catch their attention. Press C in the keyboard for the cutting tool, and we're going to cut right there, and another cut just so we can get the right length. We're going to delete the audio because we don't actually want the audio, we want the music to play only. So this will be the intro of the video. Very short clip, but we're going to follow it up with another video, which is an exciting video, but it's shot in landscape, so I'm going to teach you how to resize that manually first and then automatically. So as you can see, I've picked the interesting part of me running to get a photo. To select that section, you can choose your in and out points. So I for in, O for out. Once you've done that, you can drag it onto your timeline just to make sure the clips are next to each other. So it starts off like this and then goes to that. I'm going to move it next to the marker and then we're going to drop the photo album in. I want the photo to hit right when the beat drops. Right now the photo is actually too large for this actual size. So what you're going to do is go to the effects control and hit Shift 5, that's the shortcut for that. And then we're going to resize it just so it fits in the actual video, so there's no black bars. In the effects panel, we're going to mess with the scale to it's just right. It's sitting a bit high, so I'm going to drag it down just slightly, just so the photo is a bit more centered in the video. So now that that's resized right, we're going to make sure that it drops on the beat. We're going to grab all the clips and then we're going to move it so it drops right at the right time. So as you can see, and that's done. So we're going to move on to the next one. Repeat the process, but I'll show you some new techniques that can be used to make your life a little easier. The next clip will be a combination of 3 different clips and an album cover. So this clip, I want to get the point where he's swinging his arm like that. So I'm going to press I for in, O for out when he finishes his swipe, and then we're going to drag that clip onto the timeline. As you can see, he's not centered and the size of the clip isn't correct. So previously we did this manually and resized it and repositioned it, but I'm going to go to an effect which does it automatically for you. So you're going to go to the effects panel, which is Shift 7, and then in the search you're going to type in for auto reframe. This effect's really good for social media as it automatically recuts your landscape videos into vertical. So I'm going to click and drag auto reframe onto the clip, and it should automatically not only resize it for you, but it intelligently selects the subject and puts them in the center of the frame. This is how it looks. All right, so now we're going to move to the third one, which I'll show you a new technique of how to make an album cover from a screenshot. We're going to drag the video clip in first. I want our head just turning right, and so the screen's bright enough as the lights flicker. So about there, and hit export frame, which can be done by pressing Control, Shift, and E. A dialog box will pop up, asking you what you want to save it as. And we're going to save it as a JPEG onto the desktop so we can turn it into an album cover. As you can see, it's on the desktop as a photo, and all you're going to do is repeat the steps that I taught you earlier on of how to turn it into an album cover in Photoshop. So once you've made that, same as before, drag it onto the timeline. As you can see, the album cover is not the right size again, so there's a trick for this. I'm going to right-click the first album cover that I did, go to Copy, and then I'm going to paste it straight onto the other 2 album covers. This will save you a lot of time in having to resize it. You hit enter and now they're the right size and right position. While we're at it, I'm going to select all the album covers, drop them all on just so I can do this process and make it a bit quicker. The next video is an animation I made previously, so we're going to drop the video in. As you've noticed, there's a pattern. So I do a video which is preceded by an album cover. They're usually related to give you an idea of how the photo was shot just before the album cover flashes on the screen. Find the right moment, and then from here I'm going to drop the album cover right in. So after you've dropped all these photos and videos into place, you want to play around with the timing so the music matches the video. It's important to feel it out, to get a good feeling of when the beat hits, so you want each photo to hit at the right time. The touchscreen is quite convenient to pinch and zoom into your timeline and move around so you can see where you're scrubbing. You can get more precise control of dragging and dropping your clips with the pen, and you can more precisely adjust the length of the clip with the pen. All that's left is for you to export the video, and then you can upload it to your Instagram or TikTok. So this is the final video.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I don't mean to be rude. Yeah. I'm just a little different from all these dudes. Okay, they riding waves.
I hope you enjoyed my class at the School of Surface.